Station 3 is all about converting from standard form to slope-intercept form. So when we finish this, we want all of ours to look like y equals mx plus b. So when I rewrite my equation, x minus 4y equals negative 4, I'm going to circle what I'm solving for, and how do I get rid of that positive x? I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So I get negative 4y equals negative x minus 4. Now, circle what I'm solving for, divide by negative 4, divide it by negative 4, y equals negative and negative, turn my x term positive. And remember, there's a 1 right here. So that's really a 1 over 4x. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 gives me a positive 1. Now to graph it, I begin, my starting point is right here at my y-intercept. It says I'm going to start at a 1. And then my 1/4 is my slope, so that's how I move. And it says I'm going to go up 1 to the right 4. So that's where my next point goes. I can also go down 1 to the left 4. And then I connect. Let's do another. So I have 4x minus 5y is going to equal 20. Circle what you're solving for, draw your line down. How do you get rid of that positive 4x? You subtract 4x from both sides. That gets rid of over there, and you have negative 5y left. You have negative 4x plus 20. Circle what you're solving for, divide by negative 5, divided by negative 5. Y equals negative and negative, turn that positive, so I have positive 4 over 5x. 20 divided by negative 5 is a negative 4. My starting point is my y-intercept, and that's at negative 4. So I'm going to put my dot at negative 4. My slope is a 4 over 5, which means I'm going to count up 4 and go to the right 5, because since the x is positive, my slope is positive. And connect my dots. Hit pause and do 23 and 24. We're going to do point slope form next. I have a point and I have a slope, so I'm going to use y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. Now when I do this, all of this business is part of my equation. I go through and I fill in where my x and my y and my slope belong. Well, y belongs here, slope belongs here, and x belongs there. Now I'm going to work it from left to right. Y minus negative 1. Well, I don't minus negatives, instead I add them. So that's really y plus 1. Distribute. Negative 1 times x is a negative 1x. Negative 1. Again, minusing a negative over here, so that turns positive. Negative 1 times positive 3 is a negative 3. Circle what you're solving for. How do you get rid of a plus 1? You minus 1. So I end up with y equals, my minus 1 cannot combine with my slope because the slope has an x attached to it. So it has to combine with the y-intercept, so negative 3 minus 1 is a negative 4. Alrighty, look at number 26. Let's do the same exact thing. We know we're going to have y minus whatever y1 is equals slope times x minus whatever x1 is. So I have my x, my y, and my m. Well, my y is a negative 5, my m is a negative 2 over 5, and my x is a positive 5. Alrighty, so once we have everything filled in, we begin just like we did the other one. Draw my line down the middle. Y minus a negative 5 turns into a plus, so I have y plus 5 equals negative 2 over 5 times x, which is negative 2 over 5x, and negative 2 over 5 times negative 5. So when I do that, I can put it in my calculator as negative 2 divided by 5 times negative 5, or I can do it by hand. Negative 5 as a fraction is negative 5 over 1. And multiply across. Negative 2 times negative 5 is a positive 10. 5 times 1 is 5. 10 divided by 5 is a 2. To finish, I circle what I'm solving for, subtract by 5 on both sides. Y equals negative 2 over 5x minus 3.